Violent demonstrations are continuing in a number of Brazilian cities in spite of assurances made by President Dilma Rousseff in a bid to end the demonstrations. Good evening and welcome to Weekend Primetime News. I'm Arundhati Mudanayaka. The News First International Desk has been closely following the developments in Brazil and will have more for us later on in the news. But first, a look at the headlines.
Religious events held across the island in commemoration of the Mahinda Gamanea. 17 officers of the Dikvala police transferred after being accused of assaulting a group of fishermen in Nilvella. Met Department forecasts a strengthening of winds over sea areas over the 36-hour period. A student who came first in qualifying rounds denied the opportunity to participate at the World University Games.
The Buddha Sasana was brought to Sri Lanka 236 years after the enlightenment of Lord Buddha when Mihindu Thera spoke to King Devanampiya Tissa in Anuradhapura. On Poson Poire, devotees in Sri Lanka commemorate the arrival of the Buddha Sasana in Sri Lanka.
Samanamayan Maharaja Dhamma Rajas Savaka Tameva Anukampaya Jambudipa Idhagata.
218 years after Lord Buddha attained Nirvana, steps were taken to spread the teachings of Lord Buddha to 9 nations as a result of the third Dhammasangayana, which was held under the auspices of Moggaliputta Tissa Maharaj Thera with the blessings of King Dharmashoka. In the 236th year following the enlightenment of Lord Buddha, Mihindu Maharaj Thera and 4 monks accompanied by Pandukar visited Sri Lanka. This visit marked a religious, social and cultural renaissance in Sri Lanka. According to Buddhist history, King Devanampiya Tissa brought Buddhism to his people after the Chullahatti Padopama Sutra was recited to him by Mihindu Maharaj Thera. Following the Mahinda Gamanea, the monks' order in Sri Lanka commenced with Prince Aritta too becoming ordained. This also led to the visit to the island of the Bhikkhuni Sangamitta. This led to the introduction of the Pansil to the lives of the people of Sri Lanka. Poson Poya Day, which marks the bringing of the teachings of Lord Buddha to Sri Lanka, is also celebrated by Buddhist devotees the world over.
Today marks the 2320th anniversary of the arrival of Mihindu Maharaj Thera. Marking this great event, a number of programs have been organized centered around the Mihintale Rajamaha Viharya for the Poson Poya week. The sacred relics of Mihindu Maharaj Thera will be on exposition throughout the week so that you can come and pay homage to them.
A Poson program organized with the support with the Sirasa Media Network is being held today and tomorrow at the sacred grounds in Mihintale. The expositions of sacred relics was held today as well. President Mahinda Rajapaksa, who arrived at the premises this afternoon, took part in the event. The ceremony to place the treasure of the Ashtamangala within the Sandahirusaya constructed in the vicinity of the sacred grounds of Anuradhapura took place today. The ceremony was held under the auspices of President Mahinda Rajapaksa.
The Sandahirusaya is the first among 9 stupas to come up in all 9 provinces dedicated to the memory of the war heroes. The President placed the blessed sacred treasures within the Sandahirusaya with the blessings of the chief incumbent of the Attamastana Venerable Pallegama Srinivasa Thera as well as the blessings of the Mahasangha. This saya was constructed to symbolize the unity of the country under one flag. It is 285 feet in height and 255 feet in width. The President also took part in religious observances at the sacred grounds of Anuradhapura this morning. Subsequent to paying homage to the Sri Mahabodhiya, the President also observed Sil. The President also met with the devotees who were present to pay homage to the Ruwan Valley Saya.
Religious programs were organized in various parts of the island today in observance of Poson Full Moon Poe Day.
The Poson Perhara of the Sri Vimalratna Rama Mahavihara in Valpula Ragama paraded the streets yesterday. This is the 85th annual Perhara organized by the Viharaya. Marble statues of the Lord Buddha that were brought down from Myanmar were presented to the Varana Rajama Viharaya by the leader of the Janasatha Peramuna, Venerable Bhattaramulle Silaratna Thera. I presented these to the temple to pay homage to my teacher, the chief incumbent of this Viharaya. Today, if you look at all these political henchmen, they have done great harm to their teachers. When they have done such great harm to the teachers to whom we bow before, what will these political henchmen do to the innocent people of the country? The annual Poson Mahabad Dansala organized by the Polonara Buddhist Association commenced in the historic Watadage today under the auspices of the Minister of Health, Maitripala Sirisena.
The Sadaham Puja Poson Zone, for which News First is a media sponsor, commenced near the Mogama Vihare in Ratnapura today. We now cross over live to the News First Poson Zone. The Poson Zone, which commenced this afternoon, will be open to devotees beyond midnight. The zone will be open daily from 6 p.m. past midnight. The News First mobile studio was opened today, where the public will get an opportunity to participate in screen tests. The studio will be open from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. over the next 2 days as well. The chief incumbent of the Vilgambera Raja Mahavihare in Baragama Ambalantata says that it is saddening that steps are not being taken to conserve the Viharaya for future generations. News First provincial correspondent Rahul Samantha filed this report.
The Vilgambehera Rajama Vihare in Ambalantota is among the Viharayas that were established in Ruhuna during the reign of King Kavantissa. The Vihara Mandirya, which is located behind me, is said to have great archaeological value. This Viharaya, which is located on a high ground near the Baragambila reservoir, has been constructed in accordance in the ancient Singha Vikrantya style of architecture. The Vihara is mentioned in a number of historical texts, including the Sumangala Vilasani and the Manuratha. Ancient artifacts at this Vihara include moonstones or Sandakadapahan of the Anuradhapura era and guardian stones from the same era. The ruins of an ancient Tampita Vihara can also be witnessed at this location. It would be timely if an archaeological dig is undertaken here and steps are taken to inform the people of this country of the historic value of this temple. It has been several years since they named this an archaeological heritage site, but no steps have been taken to conduct an archaeological dig and confirm this.
මෙම ඓතිහාසික විහාරස්ථානය සංරක්ෂණය කිරීමේ වැදගත්කම ප්‍රදේශවාසීන්ද පෙන්වා දුන්නා.
They're not developing this Vihara. They won't even let us do anything. We tried to put up a hall here, but the archaeology department did not allow us to do this. There are all kinds of artifacts around this temple, but they will not develop it.
We kindly ask that the Department of Archaeology takes note of this and does what is needed.
The annual Dansal organized by the Malsiripura Sri Sangabo Poson Dansal Committee is being held for the 67th year. The Dansala will be open 24 hours a day today, tomorrow and the day after. The Dansala will provide refreshment and food to pilgrims visiting Anuradhapura, Mihintale, Polonaru and other places of significance in Buddhism in view of the Poson Poe Day. The organizers of the Dansala are also providing financial and material aid to people affected by flooding, drought and other natural disasters. This Dansala has been held for 67 years annually on Poson Poe Day since 1947.
The Dansala is open 24 hours a day. A notable feature of this Dansala is that there is no religious distinction. There are Muslims and people from other religions who are members of this.
An almsgiving was held for the Mahasangha yesterday prior to the opening of the Dansala. The Dansala is organised using donations from people in villages that are only within a 5-mile radius of the Malsiripura town. Up next is a look at the bitter truth.
It was on the 29th of June that the tournament to select chess players for the World University Games or Universiad that is to be held on the 6th of July in Kazan, Russia was held. However, Thiliniko Svatta of the University of Peradeniya, who came first in the women's events, did not get the opportunity to represent Sri Lanka at this festival. She charges that this opportunity has been given to players who did not even take part in this qualifying tournament.
We don't understand why they held a tournament of this nature in the first place if the winner cannot take part.
Secretary of the Sri Lanka University Sports Association, KRDC, Ratnamudali confirmed that Thiliniko Svatta lost the opportunity to take part in the World University Games. According to him, the reason behind this is that the quota given by the International University Sports Association for the games of chess was later reduced to 2. He added that in order to obtain free air tickets, they named a female player 6 months ago for the game of chess, and due to this, one position had to be given to this player. The secretary went on to note that the other opportunity had to be given to a male player.
If you are sending more than the given quota, we have to pay 2,500 euros. We also need to send a referee from Sri Lanka, providing him with all the travel and lodging expenses. That person has to be an international referee. This applies to all the events, and we do not have the sufficient funds to do so. It is the Ministry of Higher Education that provides us with all the necessary funds. The ministry earlier said that they will provide recommendations to all the players that will be sent. This rule had come only later. We cannot go beyond these rules.
If the Ministry of Higher Education agrees to provide funds, can Thilini be given an opportunity?
No, it is not possible because we have finalized everything and all the documentation has been sent.
Did you ask for the necessary funds before you sent applications?
No, we did not ask for funds.
When there was a player who took part in this selection tournament, why did you select a player who did not take part in it?
We can only sponsor 2 players. Therefore, we compared all sporting pools, and after consulting all universities, we selected the top players.
Then why did you hold a selection tournament?
No, we did not hold a selection tournament because we cannot hold selection tournaments for all the events.
What is the ulterior motive behind the Sri Lanka University Sports Association not taking any action to correct their mistake and provide an opportunity to a person who truly deserves it?